Imagine a city that has been at the very heart of a faith practiced by over 1 billion people, Makkah, the holiest city in Islam. It is a place imbued with history, spirituality, and devotion. For Muslims, it is more than just a geographical location. It is the nucleus of their faith and the direction they face in prayer, no matter where they are in the world. At the center of Makkah lies Al-Masjid al-Haram, the sacred mosque with its most iconic structure, the Kaaba. But Makkah's significance goes far beyond its structures. It is the site of pivotal moments in Islamic history, the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad, and the destination of the deeply spiritual pilgrimage known as the Hajj. If you've ever seen images of the Grand Mosque during the peak seasons of Hajj or Umrah, you may have seen worshippers performing tawaf, the circling of the Kaaba. But tawaf is only one of the many rituals that take place in this sacred city. Let's go beyond the surface to explore other rites and acts of worship that unfold in this unparalleled sanctuary. Inside the massive complex of Al-Masjid al-Haram lies the Maqam Ibrahim, or the Station of Abraham, a glass enclosure housing the stone on which the Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, is believed to have stood while constructing the Kaaba. Muslims often pause here to offer 2 rak'ahs of prayer after completing tawaf. These 2 units of prayer, simple and serene, symbolize gratitude and connection to Allah in the very place that commemorates Abraham's devotion. The maqam is a tangible link to monotheism's shared history, a moment that allows pilgrims to reflect on their own spiritual journey. Not far away is the Zamzam well, another deeply revered part of the mosque's sacred grounds. The water of Zamzam is no ordinary water, it holds a miraculous story. According to Islamic tradition, it sprung forth under Allah's command to quench the thirst of Hajar, the wife of Abraham, and her infant son, Ismail, in their hour of desperate need. Pilgrims drink from the well, finding both physical refreshment and spiritual significance in a practice that connects them to the mercy and provision of Allah. Another profound ritual takes place on the hills of Safa and Marwa, which are integrated into the Grand Mosque complex today. Pilgrims perform sa'i, a brisk walk back and forth between these 2 hills, retracing the steps of Hajar as she searched tirelessly for water in the barren desert before the miracle of Zamzam occurred. It is a vivid act of empathy and reflection on perseverance, where the physical motion mirrors an inner resolve to rely on Allah during life's trials. But the acts of worship go beyond even these timeless rituals. Within the Grand Mosque, many pilgrims spend hours in quiet recitation of the Quran, deeply immersed in its words while surrounded by its history. Others spend their nights praying tahajjud, the late-night prayer that lifts the soul in moments of silent communion with their Creator. In Makkah, time slows down for those seeking to escape the distractions of the world and reconnect with their purpose. Now you may wonder, who can visit Makkah? Here's where the uniqueness of the city becomes even clearer. Makkah is exclusively open to Muslims, a restriction that stems from its sanctity in Islam. But this restriction is not meant to exclude. Rather, it underlines a profound layer of symbolism. Makkah is not just a place to visit, it is a space of devotion and unity for those who bear witness to the oneness of Allah. For a Muslim, entering Makkah isn't simply a journey across distance, it's a spiritual homecoming. Every step within its boundaries echoes the intention of worship, the call of humility, and the submission to Allah that defines the faith. Makkah does not take visitors lightly. Those who enter carry a responsibility of utmost respect, mindfulness, and adherence to not just the rituals, but the sacred etiquette of this divine sanctuary. For Muslims, the honor of walking in the sacred precincts of Makkah is not a privilege, but a deeply spiritual act. And let's not forget the collective energy that makes Makkah so remarkable. Worshippers come from every corner of the globe. Children playing in the courtyard, elders who have saved for decades to make this journey, young people embarking on their first pilgrimage. Despite the disparities in language, culture, or background, they all gather as equals, wearing the simple white garments of ihram, a reminder that in front of Allah, everyone is the same. Makkah's sanctity goes beyond the physical. It resides in the hearts of the believers, embedded in their daily prayers, their hopes for forgiveness, and their unshakable connection to the divine. It teaches valuable lessons in unity, humility, and perseverance, all while reminding pilgrims of their ultimate destination, the pleasure of Allah. For those permitted to visit this sacred city, Makkah is not merely a place on the map. It is an experience, a reminder, and above all, a doorway to the eternal. And for those who hope to visit someday, it remains a captivating promise of a deeply personal journey.